Well, it's gotta have something to do with that noise.
You know something about the noise?
Well, it's not all that dissimilar to what happened in Cuba a while back through sound. Some people lost their teeth there, too. They've been saying there was chatter. This has to be what they were chattering about.
Chatter? What do you mean, chatter?
You gotta read the papers deeper than page 1.
Look out for Charlie.
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head.
There has been a bunch of doorbell camera footage that has come out that caught this Philly plane crash. I'm just going to dive right into it and then I'll talk about it later. I want to show you all the anomalies that I have found by going over it. Now, if you don't have an attention span or if you just can't follow, just bolt now, get the hell out of here, because you're going to waste time. And I'm not wasting time. If you can follow, stick around. So this is one of the doorbell cameras. It's not the one where the people are walking out. It's in the neighborhood from a completely different angle, blocks away. So this is the original. So we see the plane coming in from the left, sideways. Watch what happens here. Now that could have got right by you. So what I did was I slowed it down and I boosted up the audio. Let's check this out. I'm going to try to make this as big as possible so it takes up the whole screen here. Let's play this one time. Okay, did you see it? You're going to see it and then you're going to hear it. After this plane explodes, there is a flash off in the distance that looks like it's a half a mile or miles away. It's very bizarre. Check this out. Right there. Look to the left here. That looks like heat lightning in the middle of winter. Play it again. Now, look at this anomaly on the screen here. The explosion lights are going to get very pixelated for a second. See that? Now, we have this flash off in the distance. Right there. And then this anomaly. Now, when we turn up the audio, there is a subsequent ELF boom with each happening. The flash and the distorted pixels on the camera. Let's check it out again with the volume turned up. Boom. So let's play that again. There's a boom with it. Boom. And then when these pixels show up distorted, there's another boom. See that? Now this is after the plane had already exploded. And that boom goes with that flash off in the distance. It's very weird. Now it's going to get weirder. I want to show you some very, very strange things that happened from the other doorbell camera. And miraculously, another doorbell camera blocks away picked up the same signal. Very bizarre. The plane is coming at the house or down and at the house.
She's still hanging.
Now, let's listen to the beginning.
She's still hanging.
That sounds like it's probably the guy there. And then he talks again, and you can see his mouth moving before the plane comes down. Right there. But not here. Or here. Which sounds like whispering or something, right? Let's check that out. It's easier for people to focus when you take away the video and just show them the audio. It's very easy to tell for any audio autist when a voice should be there or not by the overall EQ. Does it fit in with the rest of the audio? Is it flat up against the recording? What is going on? So right away, we have a couple strange communications. And it's being picked up by the doorbell camera.
She's still
Right there. Sounds like two whispers.
She's yeah.
And what it sounds like there is it sounds like it whispers, she's down. Real quick. She's down.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's not the people walking out. This could be the guy walking out right here. And then just that. And then another voice, completely different voice, that sounds more mechanical, more vocoder-ish. The voice says, here it comes. And then another voice says, oddly, thank you. That's what it sounds like it says. That does not belong there. That is more like if you picked up a communication that has the EQ of a CB communication or something. Here it comes, thank you, or something. Should not be there. When the plane comes down, you can hear what normal talking should sound like because the guy begins talking again right before it hits the ground. That's normal. That's what it should sound like if there was actual talking there. But the whispering makes no sense. It sounds like it says, she's down, and then repeats it again, she's down. Real quick. Those do not belong there. None of this belongs there. Here it comes, and what sounds like thank you, I don't think it is, but it sounds like thank you. What are the odds that a voice sounds like it says, here it comes, as a plane is coming right out of those low clouds? Well, all of these strange things were picked up by another camera, even the voices, by another camera blocks away. Because you have to remember that this was the head-on camera that was picking that up, right? But first, let me show you what normal voices should sound like in any recording. You can hear that's a voice. You can tell that it's a little bit muffled. It sounds like it's coming from inside the house. It's not a whisper that sounds like it's right up against the microphone, which is very, very bizarre, right? And by the way, I have done nothing to this. You can find this in all of these clips if you just boost it up yourself. A lot of the time you don't even have to boost it up. I've done nothing to this except boost it up in most cases. So let's first confirm that these cameras are far away from each other. So this one, the plane comes in, you can see it here, straight in, straight down, right there, right? Then the other one is from a completely different angle. That other house is way over here, facing where the plane is coming in at, right? Totally, totally far away. Impossible that it would just pick up the same voice at the same time. That isn't being put through an emergency broadcast system. It's just a voice. So let's go to the audio. Let's go back to the audio. This is a multi-track session that I've created with all three doorbell camera videos that I've found of this. And I have lined them up exactly how it happened right up till when the plane hits. They're correctly in time. And what you're going to hear in this is very strange. Let's check out the first couple seconds. Okay, you got those voices there. That one that says, here it comes, and then the other voice that sounds like it says, thank you, but it doesn't, right? Okay, let's focus on those two right here. This is the plane that was coming at the couple, right here. It's coming at the couple, and they run in the house. This is the one that was further away and had the flashes and the anomalies in it. Now, when that voice sounds like it says thank you or whatever, both of those cameras picked up that voice. Both of them. But the camera that was further away picked it up like a female voice saying the same thing in a higher pitch. Check it out. 2 pulses. Sounds like it says thank you or whatever. And here is the one that was closer. both at the same time. That is an impossibility that two cameras blocks away would pick up a natural voice. Now, people have talked about, hey, could we do an experiment where we put different recorders on at the same time in different places? Well, this is basically it. They did it for us. And this just proves it, that this communication is picked up at the exact same time. Very, very bizarre. And here is the one that was further away. Two pulses. Let's play them at the same time. Let's boost up the male sounding one that's closer. They're exactly in sync perfectly. But it's amazing that the one that's further away sounds different. And like almost like the pitch and the sex has changed. It's like a vocoded female voice. That's an impossibility. A natural voice could not travel blocks into another doorbell camera. But it doesn't stop there, it gets even weirder. When you take this angle and slow the audio down just a little bit, the audio and the video, a lot of anomalies pop up in the audio. So let me play it for you just once so you can get a feel for it, and then I'm going to show you the audio by itself. Okay, what I have done here is just went through spectrally, just a really quick job, not doing really work, but I just removed the jet sounds so that we could hear what was underneath a little bit better, just right here and through here. And they're just, you know, straight frequencies coming through here, and I just removed them so it would be easier to hear what was underneath. Here, as soon as the jet starts coming into the audio, you hear a male voice come in right here. And it's very low, like they're almost mumbling. But it's weird that it's louder than a jet. Now this backs up lots of my videos from the past where I've talked about this sound picking up on other sounds. It will auto gain if there is a louder sound around, and then it will go back down. But what is amazing is right after that. So we hear this mumbling. Did you hear it? A voice as soon as the plane is getting ready to hit right here. Let me go to the actual wave file. So I just changed view. Gets very loud. And a female voice, all raspy, says, "Oh my God." That's not natural. It's not natural at all. Let's try to clean up some of that jet sound around it. So here is the recording, just cleaned up a little bit, and I'm talking like a shit job. So we've got the mumbler. Then here's the "oh my God," the raspy "oh my God." There is no way that just came through anywhere naturally over the jet screaming down in perfect unison with the sound of the jet. None of these voices came in until the sound of the jet picked up. All of these anomalies are crazy. The flash in the sky, the anomaly with the sound in the flash in the sky, and the anomaly with the sound and the distortion on the camera. And then you've got all of these coming through that should not be there. And then a second before the plane hits the ground, you have this voice saying lowly, "Oh my God." It's not natural, shouldn't be there. So what's going on? It's actually really easy when you've been studying this for a long time. This thing, we'll call it a communication system, bleeds into everything. Most of the time, you're going to catch what sounds like AI chattering back and forth on it. And it's like a cross between vocoded speech and sine wave speech. But once in a while, I pick up what sounds like live voices chattering back and forth, but in digitally vocoded voices. And usually I catch this when heavy stuff is going down. It has a habit of bleeding into doorbell cams and emergency surveillance systems the worst. For example, I can find this stuff being picked up by police body cams, dash cams, and that kind of thing. And it even bleeds into their communication system sometimes. But why? Why are people using this system that is bleeding into stuff? Because it doesn't operate like a normal communication system. And it doesn't use the usual frequencies. So it isn't being monitored by the FCC or the NSA that I know of, or any normal agency or people. So you can talk about things that you would never talk about using a normal radio or shortwave or whatever. So sometimes you'll pick up what sounds like people communicating on this system. Now, whispering coming through recordings in impossible circumstances, you could be 2 feet away from a microphone while it's recording, whispering away. And if somebody's running a lawnmower 20 feet away from that microphone, you are not going to be able to hear the whispering in the playback of the recording. That's a basic understanding of sound. Things you figure out when you're 5 years old. It's the same reason that you can't hear someone calling your name in your home while you are doing the dishes or when you're vacuuming, because the sound around you is much louder than the person's voice. The point is, it's impossible that any normal whisper or low voice would show up in a recording at the same volume as a jet crash or an explosion. An explosion that was so loud it overpowered most of the camera's recorders. So let's get that out of the way. It's pulsed communication. And we can see that in the evidence. Now, all kinds of people have tried to say, well, it kind of sounds like EVP. No, when people pick up what they think is EVP, it's usually this stuff a majority of the time. The real paranormal is far beyond what you think it is. It's something you can barely comprehend, if at all, and it doesn't consist of people sticking around trying to send you indirect, fortune cookie-esque messages that you can't seem to figure out the meaning of. Grow up. You're naively allowing yourself to become a dupe, and you're helping very bad people cover up technology that has been in use for decades.
Look, here's the bottom line. I have proven this over and over again. The signal is there, everywhere. People are not being haunted. People are not talking to God. People are not ascending. This is affecting everyone, just like any illness. To the degree depends on the individual. The mental health industry is a fraud and a cover for this, and you can't give me one fact to disprove any of this, period.
This man is seriously the... We have to leave it there.
Lookout for Charlie.